Hi, I'm Peter Carey. You've heard how Chevrolet designed the new S-Series trucks by putting the customer first and building the truck around them. Well, we're here at a warehouse on the grounds of the General Motors Tech Center to show you how Chevrolet will send that message to millions of people around the country. And they'll be doing it with a unique kind of auto show display that's half display, half theater. And we'll be giving you a sneak preview of what this display can do in just a minute.
Hi, I'm Loretta Higgins, and welcome to Chevrolet's Truck Track. In this edition, we're going to look at the new S-Series trucks. First, we're going to show you one of the ways Chevrolet is making consumers aware of how S-Series trucks were developed. Later, we'll take a look at specific features and what the competition has to offer. But right now, let's go back to Peter at the GM Tech Center.
We're here at a rehearsal for the 1994 Chevrolet Auto Show display. Now, visitors to the shows will see how an S-Series truck is built around people. Using advanced technology to create special visual effects, consumers will learn how Chevrolet engineers created a new driving environment, one that offers more room than ever before and still puts controls within easy reach. And they'll be able to see how the seats and cab are designed in harmony to deliver the same high level of comfort, whether you're 5 foot or 6 foot tall.
Basically, the Technovision theater display for the auto show is designed to bring in the consumer into the display. Because of the new Chevrolet products being designed around the customer, with the customer in mind, we try to show that in the display. We're using the Technovision blue screen technique so we can superimpose live people into product photography, trying to add a tiny bit of entertainment to an auto show presentation.
Now, they're still in the final preparation stages for the show, but when it's done, the message will be sent out that S-Series is truly built around the consumer.
They'll not only be able to see a truck built around them, they'll be able to participate in the presentation. They'll be able to show the other folks at the show how the products work.
We test every single part that we put out for the truck that the customer is going to use. So therefore, we know when we bring the truck to market that it's going to be accepted by the public because the public has, in a sense, designed the vehicle.
It was like GM went out and asked the consumer, if we were building a truck, what all the features, new features, would you want it to have over the previous models? I mean, they've covered every angle, everything.
Benchmarking is a process in the car and truck end of the business where you look at the 57 key attributes that customers are asked to rate the product in terms of total satisfaction. And these 57 key attributes are tracked with all purchasers of new products, whether it be cars or trucks, 90 days after the purchase of the vehicle. And what it does, it establishes by attribute which vehicle is rated the highest by their owner body.
Look at what S-Series has done right now. We've won 6 awards, and we're just halfway through this year.
Media response to the S-Series trucks indicates Chevy could be well on the way to achieving its best-in-class objective. It has already received honors such as Four-Wheeler Magazine's Four-Wheeler of the Year Award, Popular Mechanics Design and Engineering Award, Popular Science Best of What's New, Home Mechanics Versatile Vehicle Award, and Kiplinger's Car and Truck Buyer's Guide names S-Series as the best new pickup for 1994. And a special awards advertising spot has been created to let the buying public know all about it.
Here's the Chevy S-Series in color. Here it is in black and white. The new Chevy S-Series. Everything else is history.
I'm not an engineer, but I can tell you that they use the benchmarking as just a way for us to be the best. And then that's basically it. We know who's the best. We know we want to be better than whoever is out there that is the best. So we use benchmarking so we can build absolutely the best product out there.
The way we packaged our suspensions in the past and the way our competitors are still doing it, you can freely package different springs, different shocks. You may end up with a vehicle that really doesn't ride or handle the way you expect it to.
I mean, they've got a package for each person. I mean, and it's not in technical data that you can't understand. I mean, it's plain and simple to understand. Firm ride, soft ride, off-road style. You don't have to look up all these codes and everything. The customers can look in the brochure and easily pick out the type of suspension they want.
GM is the only manufacturer with 7 suspension packages identified for specific driving needs. There are 3 for 2-wheel drive models and 4 for 4-wheel drive models.
These packages eliminate the guesswork that used to be needed to match the right suspension components and the right truck to meet customer needs. For example, you wouldn't want to put a customer looking for a solid, smooth ride into a truck with heavy-duty shocks better suited for off-road driving. Chevy makes it simple. Just match the package with how a person uses the truck, and you're all set.
For 2-wheel drive owners who spend most of their time on paved roads with light payloads, S-Series offers the Smooth Ride suspension.
For drivers who plan on doing a lot of cargo hauling, the 2-wheel drive high payload suspension is recommended. And for those 2-wheel drive owners who want performance-type handling, there's the Sport suspension.
Now, if you want a 4-wheel drive S-Series but plan very light off-roading, the Smooth Ride suspension will do the job. People who use their 4x4 to haul cargo will want the high payload suspension. And for those who plan to go 4-wheeling off the beaten path, there's the off-road suspension.
And finally, for people who enjoy the feel of off-road performance and want a truck with rugged good looks, there's the ZR2 Performance Package. So you can see, with S-Series trucks, people now have a real choice when getting a full suspension package that meets their individual needs.
You've always been able to build a truck. You know, you've always been able to specify the tires and the springs and suspensions and payload capacities and all these other things, but you've never really been able to actually select a package in most cases and get it for a specific application that we have out there in the market.
We think our customers are expecting the truck to ride well. There's no reason that a truck has to ride poorly in order to carry a payload.
Most people don't think of the frame when it comes to ride and handling, but Chevy engineers do. To them, everything starts with the frame.
Our domestic competitors use an open C-channel frame with riveted cross members, compared to the Chevrolet S-Series, which uses a fully boxed frame. The difference that a customer is going to notice is when he rides this truck, particularly on bumpy roads, the Chevrolet truck is going to have a very solid feeling, what the engineers would call a structural feel.
Ride quality is the one thing we're hearing. When someone gets out of one of the older trucks, be it a Chevrolet or a competitor's make, they cannot believe how smooth the ride is on the new vehicle.
Chevy engineers have worked hard to come up with an all-new rear leaf spring design. Think of these curved lines as your rear leaf springs with minimal or no payload. When you hit a bump, the top or main spring will travel downward to your bottom spring. As you can see, they make contact all at once. The result? A quick rebound.
Most people are familiar with the kicking sensation you get when that second stage engages. You're driving an empty truck and you go on a bumpy road. What we've done is developed a second stage which has a rolling contact which rolls out from the center out to the tip. And it gives you a gradual engagement characteristic which makes the truck ride much better.
The top spring has a curved design, but the bottom spring is flat. This makes a difference in how S-Series rear leaf springs respond to a bump. When the top spring travels downward, it will not make contact all at once. Instead, the top spring gradually rolls out against the bottom spring, so there's no kick and the ride stays comfortable.
We haven't reduced the payload capability of the truck. It still has the load-carrying attributes. We've just improved the ride a whole lot.
You know, looking at it is nice, but driving it sells it.
A Ranger is right now the segment leader. And what they are selling is they have basically 3 different packages that they offer across the country. Nationally, it's called the 864A package, and it's their XLT Ranger. And they sell that thing with a 4-cylinder engine. It'll have air conditioning in it. It'll have a cassette. It'll have aluminum wheels. It'll be dressed up somewhat nicely. It's a good little package.
Ranger was rated as best in class in 5 categories: handling and maneuverability, V6 fuel economy, radio reception, convenience of controls, and convenience of door handles.
Ford lists 5 key reasons to buy the Ranger in their 1994 Ford Truck Sourcebook. But these aren't enough when you compare them to all the reasons for buying an S-Series truck. The first reason Ford gives for buying Ranger is that it has been the market segment leader. Well, that's okay if you're a history buff, because that's what the new S-Series is going to make this claim: history. Ford lists versatility as the second reason to buy Ranger. And they say it has the features that appeal to commercial and personal use buyers. Well, versatility certainly isn't a Ranger exclusive. In fact, it's a very good reason to buy an S-Series truck. Chevy is more than a match for Ranger when it comes to meeting commercial needs. When maximum payload is the yardstick for comparison, S-Series actually has about a 93-pound advantage. The maximum trailering capacity for both trucks is 6,000 pounds. S-Series is certainly a match for versatility in the cargo box. Both trucks have 2-tier loading and easily removable tailgates, and both cargo boxes are about 72 inches long and 16 inches deep. But with a maximum floor width of 56.5 inches, the S-Series is more than 5 inches wider. When it comes to personal use appeal, a lot of that rides up here in the cab. Ranger may have had an edge in the past, but as I said before, that's history. Inside, S-Series has more overall passenger room than Ranger. Headroom for both trucks is about 39 inches, and they have identical legroom at 42.4 inches. Now, when it comes to shoulder room, the S-Series has over 2.5 inches more than the Ranger. Now, while the numbers make a point, the real proof comes when you ask a customer to sit inside.
I had one customer who was a little bit on the fence, and one of the things I used to upsell him to the Chevrolet was the more room and the payload benefits he has with the S10 over the Ranger.
Ford's third suggested reason for buying Ranger is a distinct model lineup. Granted, they do have the Ranger Splash. It's the only flare-side compact pickup. That's one choice. Chevy buyers who want sport trucks have 2 S-Series choices, the Super Sport and ZR2. S-Series offers just as much variety in other areas. Both trucks offer extended cabs, 2 cargo box lengths, and a choice of trim levels. And we match Ranger in powertrain choices with 2 4.3-liter V6 engines. Combine this with the S-Series' new 2.2-liter 4-cylinder engine, and we not only have just as many choices, we meet or beat the competition when it comes to overall horsepower and torque.
The 2 major reasons that people are buying a base pickup, a 4-cylinder engine, is that they want to have fuel efficiency and they're looking for a product that's inexpensive. It ends up being a personal use vehicle. And so when the customer comes in and asks you about this 4-cylinder engine and how it compares to the past 4-cylinder engines and the competitive engines that are out there, you're going to be able to tell him that in terms of fuel economy, this engine is world-class and that it is best in class in terms of fuel economy.
Chevy's 2.2-liter engine gives S-Series a significant advantage over Ranger. The 2.2 puts out 20 more horsepower than Ranger's standard 2.3-liter 4-cylinder engine. And along with more power, Chevy's 2.2-liter engine delivers better fuel economy. The Chevy engine gets 1 more mile to the gallon in the city and on the highway.
The key to current engine technology is efficiency. And from the top end where we used roller lifters to the bottom end where we used new high efficiency oil pumps, the engine was completely redesigned so that we had the most efficient engine that we could have. And so as a result of that, you end up with performance numbers that are better than or exceed the current 2.5-liter in the way of performance.
When comparing V6 engines, Chevy has another clear advantage. Ranger's best effort is a 4-liter V6 with 160 horsepower and 225 foot-pounds of torque. Both Chevy V6 engines beat these numbers. And the Chevy engines with greater engine displacement still deliver comparable fuel efficiency. After lineups, Ford lists superior ride and handling as reasons to buy Ranger. Well, you heard earlier about the S-Series 7 suspension packages. All I can add is that Ranger suspensions include one for two-wheel drive, one for four-wheel drive, and a handling package. Ford gives exceptional value as the final reason for buying Ranger. Ford tries to make their point with their Focus model, a Ranger regular cab XLT with preferred equipment package 864A. It comes standard with a four-cylinder engine and a manual transmission. Chevy's Focus model is a regular cab S-Series with preferred equipment group AAA6. It includes the more powerful 2.2-liter engine and a manual transmission. And who offers the better value? Compare the manufacturer's suggested retail price for these two trucks. Chevy has a $253 advantage. To try and even things out, Ford may offer incentives occasionally, but the fact is, Chevy offers more value. So take a look at all the reasons Ford gives to buy a Ranger. Versatility, distinct model lineup, superior ride and handling, exceptional value. I don't know about Ranger, but these are all good reasons to buy an S-Series truck.
It's an antiquated design. Ours is much more contemporary looking, much more aerodynamic, much tighter, less wind noise. There's no comparison when you drive the two.
Toyota was truly the big challenge. They are the leader in terms of their customers' rating of their product. As I mentioned in the past, there's 57 key attributes. Currently, they're rated number one, best in class, in 53% of those. And they are rated as best in class in each of the four categories, whether it be chassis, powertrain, exterior, or interior. So it wasn't hard to determine who you had to beat.
Well, they basically have the same thing of what we've got as far as their trim levels are concerned. They have a base and they have a mid-level, then they have an upper level. What they sell a lot of, though, is this DX four-cylinder value package. And again, that it really matches up with our AAA6 package. And our package, you know, when you order the four-cylinder, you get free aluminum wheels and some other things. And then you also get just a better truck. I mean, you can dress up their truck all you want, but it's still not going to be as nice as what we've got with ours. It's just an older design. Ours is newer, and it's obviously got a lot more attributes built into it that the customers are looking for today.
Toyota has always been noted for selling quality trucks. And like Ford, they may flash their V6 models, but the truck they sell most often is this one right here. It's the two-wheel drive regular cab DX model with the four-cylinder value package. Let's start our comparison with a look under the S-Series hood. Chevy's new 2.2-liter four-cylinder engine has slightly less torque, but a little more horsepower than Toyota's four-cylinder engine. And as with Ford, Chevy's engine outperforms at the fuel pump, getting one more mile to the gallon in the city and on the highway.
One of the biggest changes was the fact that we're using a port fuel injected system rather than throttle body injection. So we're getting the fuel right at the cylinder where it's most efficiently used.
When you switch to six-cylinder engines, the story gets even better for S-Series. Both versions of the Chevy V6 produce more horsepower and torque than the 3-liter V6 offered by Toyota. And both Chevy V6 engines also offer better fuel economy. The difference here can add up to real savings during several years of ownership. What more could you ask for? Chevy's V6 engines are bigger, they have more power, and they get superior mileage. It doesn't get any better. Chevy also has slightly better numbers when it comes to passenger room. The S-Series has about an inch more head, leg, and shoulder room. And whether it's Toyota, Ranger, or any other competitor, for people to really appreciate S-Series interior, they have to get inside and experience what it has to offer.
Customers really like to feel when they get in this truck that they don't feel cramped, they don't feel like they're sitting in a small truck. The feel of the truck is much larger than the actual dimensions.
Now when you look at the cargo box, it might appear that Toyota has an edge. At 75 inches, Toyota's about 3 inches longer than the S-Series. And with a maximum width of 59.7 inches, it's about 3 inches wider. But they really don't take advantage of this extra space. Toyota doesn't offer two-tier loading like S-Series, so you can't do things like lay a 4x8 sheet of plywood flat in the Toyota. As a result, you can't always use space efficiently. Toyota does have a slight 77-pound maximum payload edge, and when properly equipped, Toyota's maximum trailering capacity is 2,500 pounds less than S-Series maximum. But payload and trailering aren't the focus of Toyota's marketing efforts. They're selling dependability and value. So let's talk about dependability. In ads and in brochures, Toyota has quotes from consumers talking about how many miles they have on their Toyota truck. Well, that's nice, but take a look at S-Series. It's been tested under pressure and built to last. And there's the bumper-to-bumper warranty for 3 years or 36,000 miles with no deductible. There's also the 6-year or 100,000 miles corrosion protection warranty, the kind of long-range warranty that eliminates the need for additional corrosion protection. And what about Toyota's value story? Well, when you compare the 2.2-liter S-Series with AAA6 with the 4-cylinder Toyota DX, you'll find S-Series comes with rear-wheel anti-lock brakes. Toyota doesn't. And still, Chevy maintains a price advantage of about $212. When you order a Toyota 4x4, you get manual locking hubs compared to Chevy's shift on the fly. And any S-Series with the 4.3-liter V6 comes with 4-wheel ABS. Toyota doesn't even offer 4-wheel ABS. As we explained earlier, S-Series trucks come with a choice of suspensions to meet individual driving needs. Toyota offers an optional touring package. So you can see, even though Toyota is a tough competitor, S-Series has clear advantages with great performance, dependability, and value.
Toyota, you know, they have a very, I guess, their whole forte, they have built a very good reputation as being durable and reliable, and, you know, that's great. However, even our old truck outsold their truck. And so with the new vehicle that we have out there, and being priced competitively, and, you know, and we are, we expect to be able to perform even better in the marketplace against Toyota.
A lot of little things have gone into the S-Series trucks in an effort to make them best in class.
By themselves, these features are interesting, but together, they're convincing reasons to buy. For example, S-Series Special Powder Primer is electrostatically charged to fill in crevices and provide a chip-resistant finish that's tough enough to withstand Chevy's ball bearing test.
The A-pillar here leads right to the floorboard. Now, for years it served as a conduit for road noise into the cab. Well, we've stuffed it to stop it. Foam insulation like this fills each A-pillar to stop road noise from traveling up into the cab.
We went ahead and made a lot of things standard that have never been standard on a base pickup before, from a standard hood blanket, full front of dash mat, full floor mat, as well as having back panel treatment that you see back here. The entire inside of the vehicle is covered, where a current base vehicle or the competition, you'll find that they're not covered. And this is a major selling feature to the customer, is having a quiet vehicle.
To keep even more sound out, S-Series trucks have triple sealed doors, acoustical insulation in the floor and inner quarter panels, along with noise reduction bolts and seals. When people talk about durability, they're usually referring to the body, but it's just as important inside the cab. So Chevy takes extra precautions, like applying Scotchgard protector to the interior fabrics and using French seam stitching on upholstery. Now, with a French seam, the fabric is stitched once, folded over, and then stitched again. This way, you have the strength and durability of double stitching, and it eliminates the beading found on the Ford and Toyota. S-Series puts fuses on the left side of the instrument panel for easy access and convenience. And people will also appreciate how the new controls are designed. They're larger and easier to operate, even at night or when you're wearing gloves. Now, there are also dual power plugs in the instrument panel. With these, you can operate electrical products such as a cellular phone and a laptop computer at the same time. Another nice touch is the rubber-lined storage compartment. No more items like cassettes or other things rattling around as you drive. What's nice about all these features is how they fit together so conveniently. When you sit in an S-Series truck, you can tell it was designed with the customer in mind.
They find that the new S10, the interior is it seems much bigger visually, seems better put together. The heat controls and things of that nature are much better organized than they were in the predecessor. They really like that. The wind noise and interior noise is drastically reduced over the predecessor, and people are finding it's quite appealing to them. It's nice to see the evolution of the S10.
At Chevrolet, the feeling is that safety isn't just one thing, it's everything. And S-Series trucks are proof of that. These little indentations along the hood and provisions along the frame are part of what's called a progressive controlled crush zone. In the event of a collision, these crush zones collapse to dissipate energy and help maintain the structural integrity of the passenger compartment.
To help protect passengers during side impact collisions, the S-Series features steel side guard door beams. Of course, it's best when these occupant protection features don't have to come into use. That's why Chevrolet puts a lot of emphasis on accident avoidance features, such as anti-lock brakes. Rear-wheel ABS is standard on S-Series trucks with the 2.2-liter engine. Four-wheel ABS is standard with the V6 engines, and that includes all four-wheel drives. Now, neither Ranger or Toyota offer four-wheel ABS. Rear-wheel ABS is standard on Ranger and Toyota V6 models, and optional on Toyota four-cylinder trucks. S-Series trucks have many more occupant protection and accident avoidance features. You can find them in the Chevy Truck Product Guide and S-Series sales brochure. Now, it's important to learn as much about them as possible because safety has become an important issue that consumers want to know about.
One of the major styling changes to S-Series was here, the rear bumper. Now, for years, people who didn't want a rear step bumper had to accept a look with exposed wires and frame. Chevy's changed all that.
S-Series trucks without a rear step bumper have a color-keyed closeout panel that gives the truck a clean, finished look. This particular option was designed with the crossover buyer in mind. Now, with the rear step, you get style with substance. The bumper's designed flush with the body for appearance sake, but it offers more than good looks. The low height makes it easy for step-up for loading and unloading. And one of the best features is that it's rated as a Class 1 trailer hitch.
Sometimes you literally have to stand on the bumper and reassure people that, in fact, it's the old V43 stub bumper that always has been there. The appearance package is very attractive. More and more people are concerned on the exterior appearance of their truck. It's their pride and joy.
Now, not everyone is going to be interested in our flush bumper or the French seams in the upholstery, but you can never tell what might make the difference to a buyer.
These little things really can make a difference and increase the buyer's impression of S-Series value, versatility, durability, comfort, and choice.
These people are coming in, they're looking for a truck that's going to work for them, something that looks good, gets good gas mileage, and is offered at a reasonable price, and the Chevy has all that to offer a truck prospect.
We offer the customer with this vehicle the best of all worlds. He gets a car-like ride, he gets comfort inside, he still has the power and the toughness of a truck to do a truck-like job. I mean, this vehicle is absolutely the best thing out there in this whole segment. And I believe if you can get the customers in the truck, that they will be able to make that decision for themselves.
Chevy trucks are making other news around the country. A K1500 Silverado Blazer has been selected as an environmental education project vehicle. Chevrolet is joining the Specialty Equipment Market Association and the environmental public awareness organization Tread Lightly in the project. Tread Lightly Executive Director Lori McNeely says the Tread Lightly Blazer project is an educational showcase of products and techniques combined to aid outdoor enthusiasts and sportsmen in protecting the backcountry environment as they enjoy it. The project is a platform for companies who support the principles of Tread Lightly and whose products meet the goal of minimizing environmental impact of outdoor activities. These include hunting, fishing, canoeing, hiking, camping, and trail touring with light trucks and sport utility vehicles. The Tread Lightly Blazer will be featured in light truck and outdoor recreation publications and will be publicized nationwide. The vehicle will appear at a variety of special events, expanding the message that outdoor recreation can be both responsible and exciting.
The Federal Trade Commission has granted General Motors and Toyota an indefinite extension to their joint manufacturing agreement. The two companies formed New United Motor Manufacturing, or NUMMI, 12 years ago. The agreement was to expire in 1996. The NUMMI plant in Fremont, California produces Toyota Corollas, Toyota pickups, and Geo Prisms. The plant employs over 4,200 people.
GM cardholders are showing a definite preference for Chevrolet products when it comes time to use their savings to purchase a new vehicle. 5 of the top 10 GM models purchased using their GM card allowance are Chevrolets. CK pickups lead the way, followed by Lumina, S-Blazer, Cavalier, and Astro. There are now more than 7.6 million card members, and there have been more than 64,000 redemptions to date.
You can bet a lot of those card members are going to start using their redemptions on the new S-Series trucks.
With good reason. As demonstrated in the auto show display, the new S-Series trucks are designed around people. You notice this especially with the larger, more comfortable cab and the new suspension systems.
These features alone make S-Series competitive with the market segment leader Ford Ranger. And they put more distance between Chevy and Toyota.
Add in all the little things and you've got the new benchmark for compact pickups.
Well, that's it until the next edition of Truck Track.
See you then.